Hello everyone, welcome back to another session by K21 Academy. Today our expert trainer will be talking about EBS Cloud Manager overview. So let's get into the video.
So we are going to start with the EBS Cloud Manager, one of the Oracle automation tool for e-business suite and is available on Oracle Cloud. So EBS Cloud Manager is basically going to be used for many purposes, from provisioning till the lift and shift, your migration of your on-premise instance, maintaining your existing instance, doing the clone, various architectures, you can go ahead with it. So various updates were done and enhancements were done. And right now we are having the stable version of EBS Cloud Manager. So EBS Cloud Manager journey starts with somewhere around in 2017 and 18 sort of, where Oracle was using EBS Cloud Admin Tool, which was a non-UI tool, which we do the installation on the virtual machines, configure it, and then it was not having any interface. You need to do everything from the command line, from the backend. That was a bit buggy. So this Cloud Admin Tool was non-UI based and was working only from the backend, say the command line. The same configuration, the VM configuration which we do it, the same thing was there, but it was like the configuration part was a bit complicated as well. EBS Cloud Admin Tool is still available, but is only available for Cloud at Customer right now. Cloud at Customer, this EBS Cloud Manager is not available. It is partially available. That means the combination of EBS Cloud Admin Tool and the Cloud Manager, that sort of is available. But yes, so the EBS Cloud Admin Tool now for the public, for the public cloud or so, if you want to download, it is not available. Now only the EBS Cloud Manager is available for us. For Cloud at Customer, EBS Cloud Admin Tool is still there. So this will be our agenda today. EBS Cloud Manager overview, functionality, what is the functionality behind the scene, the deployment. So EBS Cloud Manager deployment is, I will say that lot many steps are there. If you follow the document, Oracle document, lot many steps are there, but we have modularized it and distributed into major sections, so that at least each section we can understand it, that what it does, how it works. And then we are going to do the setup and configuration, the deployment flow, how the complete deployment is. And once it is all there, then I'm going to walk you through the Cloud Manager, how it looks like, what are its functionality, the latest version. I have one configured for my Office account, so I can walk you through that. And what are the future roadmaps, future enhancements which are going to come. And in parallel, I'm also going to walk you through the activity guide. So let's start with the recap. So last sessions we have seen about the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Marketplace. Okay, so this marketplace is similar to your Play Store or App Store, which you are having it in your mobiles, where you are going to see lot many images and lot many softwares are available directly from Oracle or the authorized partners, and you can use these images to create the instance. Okay, so even for the Cloud Manager, we are going to use the marketplace image which is available, and marketplace image is always, whenever the new version is there, it gets updated with the new image. So always you will get the latest version, unless and until if there is some minor version or anything is there, which you can directly upload it and update it once your Cloud Manager is in place. Okay, apart from that, we are also going to deal with the IAM services today. Okay, and complete IAM services, the major use of your groups, users, compartments, we are going to see the how you are going to design the policies. That is what we are going to cover today. So something like here, you can see the complete portfolio, which we have already seen it. So I'm not going to explain this once again. So we have seen the tenancy. Okay, in the tenancy, we have seen that you are going to have the data centers, and in the data centers, multiple one or three data centers will be there. Then we are going to say create the compartment as per our requirement. So these compartments are the boundaries which we are going to create to maintain our users, to maintain our say the access control. The access control to the users will be given at the compartment level. Okay, and that is been given via policies. So you are going to say create a group. To group you are going to add the policies, and to these groups then you are going to add multiple users. So whatever the access level you are going to give it, that will be directly given to the users. So users, we are not directly adding any privileges, any policies directly to the user. We always add it to the group. Okay, so here you can see this. So there are two compartments, say the storage compartment and the network compartment. So network admin group is the one which has got the policies to maintain the network resources in the network compartment, and say the storage admin group are the group who has got the policies, or say the privileges we add it via policies, and they are maintaining the storage which belongs to your say compartment storage. Okay, so each resource will belong to a single compartment. Okay, it can reside in single compartment, but at the same time that resource can be accessed from multiple compartments as well, and that is what you are going to do it via policy. Right, so compartment is basically the collection of the related resources. I mean is your network resource or your storage, your compute. These are all basically the resources termed as resources in Oracle. So when you want some sort of distinction between say in our Oracle application, say I want an Oracle application production compartment and Oracle application non-production compartment. So non-production is going to have all the non-production instances, but production I kept it pretty secure. I'm going to create the groups which are going to have access to the production compartment, and I'm only going to add those users who are say maintaining the production instances. So not all, maybe say 2 or 3 or 4. I want to just make sure that these are the users who are going to maintain the production instances as and when required. So that is where my access control comes, and that is where the compartment design is going to be there. So we are going to have a more closer look on various types of compartment design which are available, and how you can use that and can you can control the access level, right? So these are like the policies at the end. You can see it where you are say allowing the network admin group or the EBS CM admin group or the Oracle application users who are basically going to maintain the instances, and that I'm going to give the access. So this is basically how the compartment design works. So I can have various kinds of various ways in which I can keep my say compartment design. So multiple say users will be there who are going to maintain say the cloud manager tool, or say the various instances, or say my network resources. So that way I can define my compartment in various ways where I can manage. I can keep the shared compartment. I can use a shared compartment say for my non-production. For my production I will just keep an isolated separate compartment. So that way I can design it. So now we are going to have a more detailed look of this just when we move forward. I have separately discussed this, that how the compartment design will be there and what all will be available to deploy your cloud manager tool. So that in say a couple of slides we are going to see. Right, so we are also going to have seen it earlier in our previous session about the keys for the authentication and the authorization purpose which are available. So for the identity and access management, we have got the API signing key. So this API signing key is nothing but the private public key pair, and this is going to be used for configuring your command line interfaces, that how from the command line interfaces you can interact with the resources. So that is what the API signing keys will be there. So you need to generate the key. It will be similar to your public private key pair, and the public key, you will be uploading it to the user to which you want to authenticate it, and the private key will be with you. So this is like you are not going to give the username and password, but you will be authenticating it via authenticating it via keys. And auth token right now, you might not be need it directly, but yes, auth token is the one which is, say, the Oracle generated strings internally. It is all maintained by Oracle itself, and it is only one time you can see that string, copy it and give it wherever you want it. Say suppose I want to take the backup to the cloud, and in that case I have configured it, so I'm going to say configure my object storage and all the credentials. There I will be using the auth token, which is like, say, the authentication with the third-party APIs. Okay, so my OCI signature is not supported everywhere. So in that case, I will be using the auth token to perform the authorization of my user. Okay, so this park it for some time, because we are going to deal with it maybe after some time. So this is the recap which I'm taking it, and these are all the things which will be utilized and will be used during our EBS Cloud Manager deployment. And that is where I'm just giving you a quick recap of all these things. So we have seen the OCI network too. Okay, we have seen the VCN and the subnets. And subnets also, we have seen that it will be a public subnet or the private subnet. And apart from that, there are there will be a security list, which is like, say, the firewall. And in this security list, you can have multiple security rules which you can add it, and that directly related to the port from where you are accessing the port and your applications and all. So recently, just I think Hari has mentioned that, okay, he's not able to access the application. So that means something we need to check it out in the security list, that, okay, why the application is not accessible and which port is there. And we need to see the security list, that, okay, whether the required port is open and all. So that is where your security list and the security rules which are within that will be coming into picture. Now, if you see this diagram, you are seeing multiple gateways here. One is in green, which is internet gateway, okay, which is basically how you are going to access the virtual machine from the public networks. The another one in purple, which is like the NAT gateway. And NAT gateway is basically used for the virtual machines which are deployed in the private subnet. And if you want to have an access to the internet for downloading the repositories or downloading the patches and updating the YUM, that is where you will be using the NAT gateway for the private subnet, instances in the private subnet. If you are, say, having an on-premise data center and you want to access the VCN or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure in the secure way, that is where you are going to come with the dynamic routing gateway, which is going to access it securely from your on-premise data centers. So DRG, dynamic routing gateway, accepts only the connections which are from the private channels. And the fourth one in orange you are seeing is the service gateway. Now, if you want to access the services securely within your Oracle Cloud Infrastructure network and bypass the public access or routing it via public network, then service gateway can be used. Service gateway is basically going to securely transfer your data or access your data, say, in the object storage, which is, say, the public services. But when you are, say, moving your backup, you can securely move it via service gateway without accessing or routing your backups via public network. So that is where the service gateway comes into picture. Now, apart from that, there are multiple cloud automation tools which are available in Oracle. So one is your cloud images, EBS images, which are available, EBS cloud images. So now if you, say, want to provision the instance, okay, without say, the automation or so, directly the cloud images are available. Okay, 12 to 9, 12 to 8, 12 to 10 vision instances are available, a single node instance. Within 15 to 20 minutes, you can make your instance up and running. But that is only for the vision instance, not for the production instance. So Oracle has pre-built images which are available, which are termed as an EBS cloud images. Then the automation tool called EBS Cloud Manager. So this EBS Cloud Manager is basically an automation tool which performs your provisioning, cloning, and lift and shift. So various your day-to-day activities which you do it as an Apps DBA for your instances, EBS Cloud Manager is basically going to has an automation of that. Then you have got this EBS public cloud bucket, which basically stores your backup whenever you are configuring it or you are taking the on-premise backup. So this is an object storage bucket in which you are going to say, when you automatically the backup will be there, and when you want to create the instance using an EBS Cloud Manager, it is going to access it directly from there. So EBS public cloud bucket is there, which is going to hold your backups and everything. And then you have got the cloud EBS cloud backup module. Now this backup module is what is going to take your backups to the object storage in the secure way. Okay, you can even configure it the service gateway, and via that it can take the backups in the secure way. So these are like the EBS cloud automation tools which are available on the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So let's start with the EBS Cloud Manager overview. So to me, if you ask what is EBS Cloud Manager, so it is basically the dedicated automation tool, okay, dedicated only for Oracle E-Business Suite and is only available on the OCI. Now there are many, questions we get it in the past that can I take this image and deploy it on other clouds, say AWS or Azure or any place, and can I run it? So it is not available there. That is not possible as well, that you can take this tool and can run it on other clouds. So this is the, I will say, the native tool which is built for Oracle Cloud and for running and maintaining the Oracle Cloud application, Oracle application, which you can run it on the cloud. So here you can perform all your day-to-day activities directly. You can automate it, and now we will see that what all features in the new version is there. Very much enhanced features are introduced in that, which basically makes our life more easy and is capability to maintain pretty complex environments as well. So you can have various complicated architectures as well, which you can now create it using the EBS Cloud Manager. So this is basically the automation tool and is only available on Oracle Cloud. So this is, I will say, that one of the USP for Oracle Cloud. So it was first introduced in 2018, a centralized tool, a web-based tool, which is next version of EBS Cloud Admin Tool, which is now it is a UI-based, web-based tool, which handles your day-to-day operations, helps in migrating your on-premise environment, helps with various options are available now with the lift and shift. Traditional lift and shift, and now we also have the reduced downtime lift and shift, which is going to say migrate your instance using the standby database methodology. Apart from that, this tool is regularly in focus from Oracle side and is getting updated regularly, and many enhancements are there upcoming in this version. And Oracle is really configuring it and making it more stable so that it can become the more dependable tool which you can use it on the cloud. So it provides you various benefits. First and foremost is it's secure. You can deploy this tool in the public and the private subnets. You can make sure that your say the load balancer which it is using has an option of deploying the certificates, the TLS protocol it uses, and you can deploy certificates, access it securely. It can have multiple subnets as per your choice. You can configure the subnets as well. Now this tool itself can act as a bastion host. So bastion host is basically the jump server, which is say the common or say the end user access point to access any kind of application in your network. Okay, so usually cloud manager virtual machine on which you are deploying the cloud manager, that itself becomes the bastion host. That means you will be logging to that server, and then after that you will be able to access whatever application you have created with that instance, whatever applications databases and application, all the nodes you can access it via this cloud manager. So directly whatever deployments you do, it doesn't give you the public access, even though you are deploying it in the public subnets, but your application and database are not exposed or say accessible directly from the internet, unless and until you are configuring and opening the ports and everything. But by default the deployment is you are basically going to have an access to these servers from the backend. SSH access is going to be via private IP, which it picks it from the subnet. So Cloud Manager itself acts as the bastion host. So that is again one layer of security which it provides. And apart from that, it is fully integrated with IDCS for your authentication service. So while configuring only, we are going to create federated users, non-federated users, and doing the mapping, we'll do the mappings, so that whenever you are say accessing it, all the authentication and everything goes via IDCS. So it is an integrated, fully integrated with IDCS. And apart from that, yes, lift and shift is one of the major concern of the users. So it provides you multiple options now for doing the migrations. Also, it can have multiple users as well, and multiple DBAs. Say in your team you have got say 5 members are there in your team. Now you will not be giving the common access to the Cloud Manager, but what you can do is you can create multiple users, and each user will be having its own access. So at least from the auditing point of view, you will be able to check it out, the activities, the provisioning, the tagging, whatever the users are doing it, you can check it in the activity log. Right, so coming on the features. So long list, this is again I will say the incomplete list is there, because the actual list we are going to see throughout our journey what all activities it can do it. So first and foremost, it can do the provisioning of your Oracle applications. Okay, now provisioning of the vision and the non-vision instances. It can do the provisioning of a simple architecture, say the single node application and the single node database, or the single node instance, say running application and database on the single node for the vision instances. So that is what the simple architecture. Apart from that, it has the capability to configure the complex architecture. Say multiple nodes of database, rack configuration is there, multiple nodes of application, then the DMZ architecture. You have got say a external node on which you have deployed the instances. And apart from that, it can perform the scaling of the instance at the later stage also. That means today I have configured a single node application. Tomorrow my requirement is to add more nodes. So it has got the capability to add the node at the later stage. So that is what the scalability, I will say, the scalability option from the web is available. And while configuring also, you can add multiple nodes as and when required. Database, whatever the database options are available, is most of them are available here, except the bare metal. Bare metal doesn't support from the Cloud Manager, but you can have the database running on compute. You can have the single node database running on the VMDB. You can have the rack database running on VMDB, and you can have a rack database running on the Exadata Cloud servers too. So all the 3 instances are the database types are available for the deployment. Your complete EBS suite backup, you can take it to the cloud storage. Your organization is, most of the organization has got their network administrators, and the database administrators, they are always a different team. So here also it keeps the separation of the duties. It can have, you can have the network administrators who can have has created the network resources in one compartment, and then you are using it in the different compartment. So that is what the configuration you can do it in the Cloud Manager, and you can separate the duties of the individuals. Then when you are on the database side, when you are applying or when you are creating the database, you have an option to create the bundle, patch bundle. So I think last 3 sets are available, the latest and 2 more, the previous ones. So those are available. And even like when say you are using the VMDB, you have got that patching option, and you can perform the patching stuff from the console itself. So all those options are available there too. Cloning, it gives you the fast cloning option. When say you have a single Oracle application instance running and you want to create it create another one, it performs the block volume cloning if your instance is running on the compute side, compute database. So there you can have the fast cloning option, and it will be using the snapshots. Using that snapshot, block volume snapshots will create the clone very fast, within 30 minutes, you can have your instance configured up and running. Then lift and shift, it has got multiple options. You can do the decommissioning of the databases, usually the vision databases when you are doing it. Like in my organization, what I do is earlier we used to have our own servers where we deploy our application and that is running there. But we need to maintain that. We need to perform so many things there, and that we have started with say 12.5 instance and 11.11.204 databases. But now requirement comes to see the features in 12c and 19c, and also lot many activities needs to be performed on the vision instance, which was not that worth doing it. So what we do nowadays is whenever there is a demo requirement or anything comes up, we quickly provision the instance using the EBS images or using the cloud manager in the cloud manager, and see what version is there and they are looking for. And whenever they say that, okay, we need say these 1 or 2 more extra patches to be applied on that, we quickly apply it and give it. So our turnaround time from days or weeks have come down to hours. In 1 hour or 2 hours, we deliver the instance and they start working on it. So that is that is what the beauty of cloud manager, or say the cloud computing, where we used to create the images and all quickly and deliver it. For the databases, you have the transparent data encryption is available, which is going to say do the masking and all of the sensitive data, whichever is available. So TDE is encryption at the database level. So that is also available when you can configure it, even if you are already having an encrypted database, that also can be there. But whatever databases you are running it, yes, you have an option there to perform the transparent data encryption or at the time of provisioning itself. So all those options are pretty much available. 19c support. So nowadays everybody is looking for the upgrade and all, and 19c is what the latest version. So 19c support is there for EBS Cloud Manager too. Recently they have added it. So this is where I was just added up here on the nutshell, like what all is available. Here is the new thing which is available is the network profiles, the extensibility framework, and the scheduling the policies. These are like the new features which has been introduced recently. So as and when we will be doing, mostly during the provisioning, these features will be pretty much required. So we are going to see a closer look there.
So guys, this was our cloud expert from Team K21 Academy. And if in case you have missed upon any concepts, or if you want to have a deeper dive, then we have something really special for you. We have our free class on Build, Manage and Migrate EBS R12 to Cloud for Beginners. Under this free class, you'll be learning about the future of EBS R12. You'll be learning about EBS R12 on cloud. You'll be learning about a holistic overview of Cloud Manager of EBS. You'll be getting a demo where you'll be learning about lift and shift to cloud. You'll be learning about the architecture. And most importantly, you'll be learning about some amazing job opportunities and a whole 8-week roadmap to get your life started on this. So if you want to register for this free class, all you have to do is just log on to k21academy.com/EBS Cloud 02, and you'll be seeing this kind of interface. You just have to click on book your free seats now, select your event date according to your availability, add your name, your email, your phone number, and click on yes, save my seat. Moving ahead, you'll be seeing this kind of URL on the extreme right. Save that URL to your calendars, and I'll see you in the free class. Till then, keep learning.